what I'm on here for about is Queen Sheba.
Say that louder now, because we don't get to hear that often. Say it louder. I think you are very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy.
Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
All right. It ain't Saturday, but that's what I'm on today. I'm on what you want. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I had to pull up and clock in all the way from Mexico, y'all. This topic is hot. And the Queen did not want to miss an opportunity to talk all things corporate America today via the NFL. And guess what? I'm going to drop the link. For those of you that don't know what that means you get to call in and share your piece. You get to call in and speak your mind on this. Now, I'm not going to let you write a novel. I'm not going to let you just get up here and just go because other people may want to come in and add a little something. But he said, happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. Now, let me tell you something, Miss Betty Wright. I don't know you, ma'am, but shut your ass up and say out my comments. I'm normally not a rude person like that, but I let you fire off 16 comments yesterday, and you said you were not coming back, and you brought your ass back over here today. Stay the hell off my page. You are not welcome here. I don't want to see you. I don't know you. Don't you come back.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something. If I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
Listen, I transitioned all right, baby. I'm like Vampire in Brooklyn. I turned on your ass. I said, now I'll let you go for a little bit, but that Scorpio in me, don't ever get it twisted, will come out sometimes and embarrass the out of you. And this ain't even Saturday. I said what I said. This ain't even Monday night party in the chat. But girl, you didn't even push my buttons. You just taking advantage of my kindness, the grace and mercy that I've extended to you overnight, and you came back early in the morning. So moderators, you have my permission to block her from this page forever. She is no longer welcome in the palace. You get what I'm saying? Because here's the thing about YouTube, y'all. We have a good ass time on YouTube, especially over here. And you do not have to agree with nothing that anybody else has to say. You can come up here and talk your shit no matter what we're talking about. You know, you attack the points, not the person. And some of you are not mentally developed to be able to be on social media or large platforms because you don't understand the difference from real versus, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand the difference. And, you know, you get in your feelings about people that don't know you, and you hear talking points that you disagree with. And instead of you saying what you believe, you just come unhinged, and we ain't got time for that in 2025. But listen, we're going to talk all things corporate America. Okay. I have a question for you. Do you feel like Shedeur Sanders? Do you feel like, you know what? Let me back up. Hello, everybody, especially those of you that may be new to the channel. I just came in hot, didn't I? I came in hot. That's what a little bit of sun will do for you, a little bit of rest and relaxation. But shout out to my moderators today, Toot Latrice. We got Linda Gamble in the building, and we also have Daryl Long in the building. My moderators, they monitor the chat, y'all. They keep us honest. They keep us respectful. They keep us dignified. Like I said, you can speak your piece over here. You can speak your mind. Just keep it respectfully. That's it. That's all. So on Wednesday mornings, we normally talk all things corporate America. And I think people, yes, in a good way, speak slowly, nerds, in a very good way. You know what I mean? But I think people forget that the NFL is a corporation. It's a National Football League, but it's still run like a corporation. And because of that, my question to you all is, do you feel like, based on everything we're hearing and we're seeing in social media, sports commentators everywhere, Shedeur Sanders is a hot topic post-draft, right? He went in the 5th round. But let me ask you something. Did he flop his NFL interview? Yes or no? Do you feel like he flopped the interview? And maybe that's an area he's yet to be developed in as it relates to, I don't know if I want to call it the administrative pieces, but there's on the field and then there's off the field. And some of the biggest names in football, right, have said some really good things. You don't play football 24/7 and you don't play football all day. After the game is over, you're still an individual that has to and needs to be able to develop those interpersonal skills to be able to speak to who you are outside of your father. But word on the curve, y'all, is that he flopped his interview. He did not properly prepare for his interview. And not only that, he declined to speak to some NFL teams, owners, head coaches. And that put a bad taste, or may have put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And that may have gotten him slid down the board. Now, is it petty on behalf of the NFL? Absolutely. Absolutely. But both sides were getting their lip back, right? Because his dad came out a year ago and said that he's going to see to it that certain teams do not touch him. Is that arrogant? Is that arrogant? Is that something Deion should have kept to himself? I don't believe, let me ask you something. I don't believe everybody should know your strategy. I don't believe everybody should know exactly what you think and how you feel. Okay. And that's something that this generation is real big on. I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say. And anybody that don't like it, anybody that ain't riding with me is hating. They trying to knock my hustle. They trying to knock my confidence. They want to humble him. I don't know. Did they? Did they try to humble him? Or is it about respect on both sides? Is it about respect? Some of y'all say it's a race thing. I'm not so sure I agree that they sat back and said, we're going to push him down to the 5th round draft pick because he's black. I don't think that's how those conversations went. That's just me. I don't think whatever happened, whatever decisions were made, right, prior to the actual draft, I don't think they sat back and said, because he's black. I don't. But some of you feel like, yeah, that's the only reason. Because had it been a white boy, it would have never happened. I don't know. We're going to get into it. I'm going to play a couple of segments. I want to get your feedback in real time. Thank you. Miss Texas Cannon says, don't get too comfortable. At the end of the day, I see a lot of people make the same mistakes. Somebody got in my comments and told me, you sound like a company girl. No, I'm none of that. I'll be trying to give y'all the play. I try to give you the play and give you something to run back with so that whatever you get, and whether you agree or disagree, you chew the meat, spit out the bones, but I'm giving you something that you can take away should you run into the same situation in your job so that you can have a strategy in place other than running your mouth. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about kissing ass. It's knowing how to play the game. And a lot of you keep saying, well, why? How come we got to play the game? Anytime you want in, listen to me. Anytime you want in on something that doesn't belong to you, you have to play the game. Anytime you go knocking at somebody else's door, whether it's NFL, corporate America, reality TV, and they are the one that makes the final decision, either you leave or you stay. And I tell you every Wednesday, if you choose to stay, then you gotta play. Stop complaining. If you understand how it is, if you understand the innuendos that you're up against, play the freaking game. Play the freaking game. And when you've built up enough collateral investment from your team players, your matrix partners, your salespeople, your neighbors, then you pop your shit and talk your shit. And then you try to flip the house on its head like they do in Big Brother. Do I have the numbers on my side? How can I wither through this like a snake and start talking and get a better feel for who's where and what is chess and not checkers? And a lot of y'all are failing to teach your children how to show up mentally in spaces and places where they cannot physically overpower particular people. And they have gotten their asses walked out, locked up, fired. Y'all get what I'm saying? Not every argument can and will be won by your intellect. Sometimes you got to sit back, say less, assess the playing field, and then make a decision. Delayed gratification. It's called delayed gratification. If we are now the parents of the where we're going to condone everything, they get to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and we going to back that shit up and say they're just hating. It's because he's black. It's because she's a girl. What about your due diligence? I've heard parents say before about NFL, they're not teaching them finance. They're not teaching them what to do after the NFL. What are you teaching them? Those are your kids. How are you teaching them how to prepare for $100 million contract, $4.6 million? What are you teaching them? What are you pouring into them outside of the football field? And that's the $1 million question. Did he show up? Was he prepared to talk in a manner to sell himself to the team? Or did he walk up in that mofo feeling like he didn't have to do anything? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Because if you do not prepare your children and you allow them to walk around and peacock all of their lives and instill in them bravado is all, and a particular family name is they need, I'm telling you, that's going to run out. Eventually, that's going to run out. The Good Life Starter Pack says this conversation is so long overdue. I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? It's a fair question. It may have been race. I don't know. I don't believe it was. Not for that. Not that 5th round draft pick. And as a matter of fact, can we go ahead and get into it? Sexy RN feels like this started when Deion wanted to coach in the NFL. I don't elaborate. You're onto something, but elaborate. Elaborate. See, people don't punish you because you have dreams and aspirations. It's how you go about it. And Deion can do what Deion wants to do because Deion has earned the right to talk his shit and go after different positions and different roles and stand on his tiptoes and reach for the highest fruit, right? He's earned it. He came out the mud. He got it. But you have to teach your children there's a difference between me and you. You're not there yet. You're almost there. And if you continue to go this way, you'll be there before you know it. My bravado is my bravado. That's my swag. That comes with me. That comes with my mother being a single parent. That comes with my mother raising me because that's my swag. And when I walk out the room, that leaves with me. You see what I'm saying? Now, his children, Deion's children, his sons are afforded a level of privilege because of Deion's hard work. But my question to you, we ain't gonna even talk about Bucky, child. My question to you is, have they earned it yet? Have they earned it yet? Have they proven themselves yet on an NFL level? We're not talking about college. College, you get your foot in the door. But what keeps you in the arena? What will keep you in the arena? We've seen them humble the hell out of T.O. T.O. was disciplined, phenomenal athlete. Jerry Jones humbled the out of T.O., benched him, broke him down, broke him all the way down. T.O. ain't never been the same since he left the Dallas Cowboys. And not because he wasn't capable and not because he wasn't able. He began to challenge on a different level. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That shit will get you walked out of the door no matter where you are. You don't have to be in the NFL. Hell, you could be working at McDonald's, Amazon, the grocery store, FedEx, UPS. You name it, I'll claim it. That'll get you walked up out the door. Nobody's going to allow you to come in and tell them off the grip before even at least ace the interview. No one is going to allow you to come in their house and tell them what it's going to be and then shun them and refuse to interview with them and expect them to pick you up in the draft. That is a process where you get to know each other, you get a better feel for each other, and to not extend that courtesy and decline many teams at the combine the opportunity to even speak with you because you've bought into your own celebrity before you've gotten on the field. Huge mistake. And that's some of the murmurings and the mumblings that people are talking about. And I'm not sure if most of you are aware that he declined to interview with a few NFL teams, and it put a really bad taste in their mouths. Is he justified? I don't know. It comes down to what you're teaching your children. It comes down, Deuce, I hear you, but it comes down to what we can call it plantation slavery all day. That's not going to turning around. We can one that don't make it is 15, 16, 20, 30 that's willing to sign up in hopes of making it. So it's our job to prepare them. Oh, my mic went out. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Mic check. Okay, we good? All right, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. The last point. I was talking to Deuce, and Deuce, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct, Deuce. It is that and maybe then some. I have a friend that walked away from the NFL because it was so triggering as a scout to see how the young black males are being treated, right? Naked. He said it reminded him of a slave auction. And what I'm saying to you is, yes, that's true, but that still does not stop inner city young black men from saying, put me in, coach, I'm ready to play. So what part do we do outside of just complaining? Deion said, he said, my first 2 marriages, I knew they were a mistake. I should have never walked down the aisle. I don't even know if I can be in a relationship with a woman because I'm married to the game. The game is what happens on the field. Joel, turn it down. All right, what about now? I'm just going to have to go old school. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. All right, let's do a mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. All right, we good. I'm going to make it quick then. Deion said he's married to the game. And if you think about how the game occurs in real time, that's on the field, right? And I think Deion has done a really great job of preparing his sons for on the field. My question to you is, what about off the field? What about off the field? How to prepare for interviews, how to walk in, how to tuck that bravado and that confidence in until the right time, right? I'm not saying that anybody should have to come down, hide, but there's a certain time and a particular place for everything. So let's get to these videos. Thank you. Media training and just respect, Jasmine. Just respect, knowing where you are, reading the room, not being able to have a level of self-awareness where you know it is not wise to speak and say everything that you feel in the moment. We can work on that later. We can strategize how to get that done later. But in the meantime, I need you to go in. I need you to kill this interview. See, Deion was his son's advisor pre-draft. That didn't work for Shiloh, and that also didn't work for Shedeur in those interviews. But let me go ahead and put up the videos that I want to share, and we're going to get into it. Yep, we're going to get into it. Give me 1 second.
See them fall, but Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working.
I agree and I disagree. I'm going to say saying it out loud was the mistake, not necessarily the strategy or the angle of narrowing the teams, but the fact that you said it out loud on a podcast, Deion. That's when you hold your peace.
Out the combine.
What happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously, he could have done a lot better in that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meet? Because they said Brian DeBall, Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting with him, or just people.
Are y'all listening? Let's just say allegedly, because none of us were in the room. Allegedly, he didn't come prepared. He didn't know the playbook. He just didn't speak the parts of football, right? He wasn't able to talk, articulate. Let's continue.
Behind the scenes saying they did.
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's not the tape.
Okay. Because the tape's good enough to get drafted early enough.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, his tape is good enough for him to be a first rounder. But there's a number of things. It's not one thing. Last year when Deion interviewed for the Dallas Cowboys job, that did not help Shedeur. Now it helped Deion get a new contract in Colorado, but long term it didn't help Shedeur because the Giants, their coach in their last year, general manager in their last year. If they struggle, the Giants potentially an option would be look at Deion as the head coach. So why would I draft a kid? Like they missed out on that. Like they obviously they didn't think this all the way through, and I think that wasn't the right thing. I think there were a number of teams that had that in the back of their mind, and they don't believe his talent is generational. They do believe that guys are more athletic and guys have bigger arms, and they do believe he's been coddled. He's been coached by Deion his whole life.
Now, when they use the word coddle, and I think what they're saying is he's been let me see how I want to say this. When you think about, so it's a good thing, right? That he's been able to be coached by his father all his life. Most times we don't see that in the NFL. When you think about the young boys, black, white, Hispanic, that come up from Pony League all the way to the NFL. They've gone through different organizations. They've played under different leadership styles. So what they're saying is they don't know if he's built for, how is he going to come in and perform in the NFL under different leadership, different personality types, different coaches, different level of expectations. Your dad did a great job to you, which is positive, but it could also be perceived as a negative because how nimble, how pivotal will you be, and how flexible will you be when your dad is not in the room and your dad is not calling the shots and your dad is not the coach. Let's continue.
Now, there's been benefits to that, but this is the first time it's been a detriment. So his measurables are not, say, first-round measurables, but he played football like a first-rounder.
But his tape's first-round tape. But his measurables are not first-round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. And once the teams that weren't looking at starters, the makeup of a backup in the NFL is totally different.
That I understand. I understand that he's probably not going to be
the backup in the NFL. He doesn't have a media team. I think there were a number of teams following him. He doesn't have cameras following him. He doesn't have all these social media.
The NFL has a particular type that they like for particular roles, no different than corporations that are picking VPs, CEOs, C-suite executives. Okay, that's basically what it comes down to. I told you when we talked about this before in my previous videos, I said, I don't think they have a problem with the Shedeur as on the field. It's everything that comes with Shedeur. The hoopla, the entourage, the brother with the camera all up on the field, just all of that. And how will that coincide with the rest of the team? Because the job of a quarterback is to not only be able to assess that field and call the play and make the best decisions that he sees fit, based on what's happening on the field, he also has to be a hell of a leader. My question to you all is, do you feel like he's a great leader? Could he lead an NFL team of grown men in the locker room, on the field, off the field? Would they trust his leadership? Or would they buck back? Would they respect him as a man? All very good questions. Let's continue.
All these things that they're doing.
But
so
you wouldn't let that happen, right? The team wouldn't let that happen. If you're back quarterback, wouldn't the team just say, you're not doing all this shit?
the team doesn't have the right to do that.
Wow.
The team would give you advice to say that I think you should concentrate on learning the playbook and being an NFL player, but they can't mandate what you do in your downtime.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just think for me, like I'm listening to him, and I listen. He fell. Did he fall a lot further than you thought he would fall?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, he probably. I mean, the contract situation, the signing bonus or lack of signing bonus,
the amount of money
that he missed out on. I mean, you're talking about top 5 pick. You're talking about $30 to $40 million. And then it sets you up for that next contract. It sets you up for that option year. But right now he's working check to check, man. Like he's not going to get a big signing bonus. There's not going to be a big guarantee. Any day they want to get rid of him in the week, they can get rid of him. Mm-hmm. And it's really tough following him. He doesn't have camera. When they draft someone at your position, because only one quarterback plays. It's not like wideout. It's not like DB. Mm-hmm. And then in the third round, they drafted Dillon Gabriel.
Which he's better than Shedeur. I'm asking, he's a
well,
better.
I'm just going to tell you right now, they're slotted. Draft picks are lane assignments. Mm-hmm. So he's got lane 3. Shedeur drafted in lane round 6 is in lane 8 or lane 1.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. But here's the thing. Did they do it because of the things that were said by Shedeur and his family prior to being drafted in the 5th round? Do you feel like there's anything that Deion and Shedeur could have or should have considered doing differently? That's my question. We'll focus on the NFL a little bit later. But as it relates to accountability, is there anything they could have or should have done differently?
He's either run out by the fence by the kids, or he's running in lane 1 where he's got to run that long turn. Yeah. That's the way the game is, man. Work to do. And it's hard to get to your second contract when you're working check to check. Let me tell you what he understands today. Okay. He ain't running shit. Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you what they taught him a great lesson. Okay. Like you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
Who's they? NFL,
Shedeur,
the world. No, who taught you? Said they taught him. I'm just curious. Like,
well, the system.
The system. Okay.
That's a fact. And I think that was the primary message that the NFL wanted to send. Not saying that they're right, and they did send. You're not coming in here. You're not running shit. And that's what it comes down to. He put a bad taste in their mouth, and they put a bad taste in his mouth. Could both sides have been disrespectful? A little bit of a pissing contest on both sides. Let me check out the comments. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to drop the link. All right, I'm going to drop the link for you all to come up because I've been talking about this for about a week, okay? And I know a lot of you are new here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to drop the link. We're going to do one at a time. This will not be a panel discussion. One at a time, I'm going to drop you. You got 30 seconds. And because I know a few of you have been inboxing me, you say, I have to get into this conversation. I want to give my take based on my love of the game for football, based on my support of the Sanders family. And there's some points you didn't hit, Queen Sheba. I want to give you a different perspective. I'm going to give you all an opportunity to do that. Listen to me very closely. I can only give you 30 seconds. Here's why. We got a lot of people lined up. They're already coming up. If you go over your time, we'll keep the time for you. This is how you know. If you go over your time, you're going to see. We're going to turn on the white man for you, since some of you said it's racist, okay? That's what we're going to do. If you see this white man in the middle of you talking, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. All right, so that white man come on while you talking. I'm sorry. You went over your time. Welcome to the palace. Welcome to the segment. Simone Wealthy, what are your thoughts, Queen? You have the floor.
Hey, Queen. It's everything. It's everything. Everything that everyone's saying, what you're saying, what you just showed the video of. But I think it's more about the money. I think everyone colluded against him to generate revenue for everyone involved, the NFL owners, the media, all of those entities, the cable networks, ESPN has been struggling the last 5 years. They had to let go a lot of their people. I think they dropped him down that low for all the points that you've made and all the points of the whole black situation, to humble Dion, to humble Shedeur, to teach him a lesson. I think it's all of those things, but I think the number one thing was money. Those ratings are 40% up from last year. No one looks at the draft past day one, okay, unless you're a diehard. The season, everything is Shedeur, Shedeur, Shedeur. They're about to use Shedeur and the Sanders family as cash cows. And that's all gotta say until the white man come up.
Excellent point. And Simone, I may call you back up later to touch on that a little bit, but thank you for coming up, Simone.
Okay.
All right. That's Simone Wealthy. I'm gonna drop her down. Let's go with Fee. Welcome to the stage, Fee. Hold on. Yeah, welcome to the stage, Fee. You got 30 seconds. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Sheba, and everyone else. I just want to
I
say,
think you're muted. I hope I'm saying your name corrected. P-H-E, Fee. You have to press your, there you go. Press your microphone one time.
Okay.
Mic check.
Mic check. No.
All you have to do is say something so we can see if we can hear you.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? No.
Uh-oh, let me take you down. Your audio is real bad, Fee. Come down and come back up, okay? We'll wait for you. Welcome, catch up with Lala. Welcome.
Hello, Queen Sheba. Are we going to
Lala, can you
argue
hear
today?
us?
Are we going to argue today, Queen Sheba? Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, I just want to say this was a plan all along, because there's no way you're telling me this talented guy has nothing to do with interviews, because we've seen his interviews. He's great at interviewing. It's nothing to do with that. This was a ploy and a game plan from day one. They wanted people to watch the draft. They used this young man, tried to crash his dreams and his legacy. And all of these people celebrating his downfall is really pissing me off. But I'm glad that he got picked. That's all I have to say. And it's about humbling him. They wanted to humble him because they're used to the poor, men begging them for a chance and stuff, because he came with his talents. He's already got money. He's got the family name. That's why they're really mad. And that's why they did what they did to him. And I said what I said, Queen Sheba. Queen, can you hear me? Did you go out? I think we have to wait for Queen to come back, everyone. Yeah, we'll wait for Queen to come back. Anyway, Shedeur, I wish him all the best in his team. I really do. Because for me, he did what he had to do. And I'm proud of the way he handled himself. That's a young man right there. That's a God-fearing man. He kept saying throughout all, like, God plans, like, God is great, devil's a liar. And he said, this is all God's plan. I'm going to keep, waiting and see what happens. And he did. And he got drafted. And I'm glad that he got drafted. It doesn't matter what level he came at, being drafted 144, it doesn't matter. Tom Brady was a 6th draft pick and he got 5 rings, so no one can tell me any different. This guy is going to be great. He already calls himself legendary. He's going to be legendary, in my opinion, and he's going to keep doing what he's going to keep doing. They keep hating on him. He's already making millions, and I guarantee he's going to have the #1 jersey selling when it comes out. Like, trust me, people got his back. These people tried to make a fool out of him, and it didn't work. If anything, he got more fans than before. And when he got picked, if you saw the way that team, the fans was happy that he got picked. Listen, I'm happy for him. I'm happy. He comes from a good family. That father is a great father to his kids. And he did what he had to do, like a good father would. He protected his children. He tried to protect them. But, when they try to humble you in other ways, they come for your kids. They can't come for you. They always come for your children. And that's what they did to him. And I'm gutted that happened to him. But I'm proud of him. The way he handled himself, a lot of people would not be able to handle that kind of pressure. and he did great in my opinion. So I'm excited for what he does. I really am. And to be honest with you, like, let's keep it real. Who's talking about the other draftees that got picked? Ain't nobody talking about them. I don't even know the other lots of names. I'll be honest with you. I don't. They act like this guy committed a huge crime and he did nothing other than be great. And they don't want you to be great. So that's all I have to say. You back, Queen?
All right. Damn, my computer is messing up big time in Mexico. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I
All
can
right.
hear you,
Welcome.
Queen.
Okay, welcome, Fee. You have the mic. You don't have to say hi to me. I'm trying to get in the draft. Like they said, I'm down bad. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can hear me this time. Hello, everyone. My only thing is, yes, he's a good player. There is a part of showmanship that the NFL does not like, that TO had, and they will humble you. But one thing that I saw that I didn't particularly care about is his mom and his sister in Columbine. Columbine is a job interview, and his mom and sister was in unauthorized areas, videotaping, showing themselves, and that's not a good look for someone who wants to enter the league. You already have the father who's a coach, but the mother and the sister, I think, was a bad taste to most scouts and other league and the league, as they got to deal with them as well. So that's my take.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So listen, y'all, I'm gonna bring you up one by one. Don't just when I click and I call your name, just go. I'm having audio issues. And then when you're done, if you don't hear me, just know I'm going to the next person. Melanin Blend, welcome.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Y'all just talk. I'm having
Okay.
audio because even if I say something back, y'all can't hear me. So go ahead. You got it.
Okay. I'm a sports management graduate, soon to be in a few weeks. One thing that really hurt Shedeur and Deion was they had kitchen table talk too public. They let all their cards on the table, number one. Number two, in my opinion, Shedeur came into the scene kind of like being entitled. Like he knows his dad, prime time. That was really good. I'm a big fan of prime time. But when you come in on this scene, like you have this sense of entitlement, it puts a very bad taste in their mouth. And a lot of things that Deion said beforehand, piggybacking off of what Archie Manning said about Eli back in the day. Those cards play kind of different for different races. It worked for Archie Manning back then, not so much for Deion. And I think if that's the case, if you want to say, yeah, I want my son to play for this team and he won't play for that team, okay, that's cool and fine. But kind of leave that at kitchen table talk, because once they get wind of that, they kind of feel like, oh, so you think you're going to run it the way you want to run it, but that's not how it's going to go. So it wasn't cool that Shedeur went the 5th round, but I clearly think it was a message that they sent, and we all heard it loud and clear. Was it right? No, it wasn't. But I just really think that Shedeur should have just piped down a little bit, played it cool. Then when he got where he wanted to be, maybe 1st or 2nd round, then yeah, toot your horn a little bit. But I think he just came in on the scene with a sense of entitlement. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, hello. So everyone has pretty much mentioned some of the things that I wanted to say. I believe, like everyone has said, the NFL likes a certain player. Deion, they already knew what Deion was about. Shedeur already had money, so it wasn't like he didn't need the money. one of the things that I noticed was there was a football game. It was a celebrity game, and Angel Reese asked Shedeur, "Hey, why are you not playing?" He said, "I'm a top 3 pick. What the F do I need to do to play?" So I think that type of thinking hurt him, because we're not like everybody else. We know that when you're growing up, they tell you you cannot do what other people do. Deion also should have known that. Deion can talk all he wants to talk about what he can do because he had the athletics to back up what he could do. Shedeur is good, but I don't think he should talk as much as he did. So I do think there are some things. There's a lot of factors at play. I don't think it's just one thing that had him drop the way that he dropped. I think that there is a lot of truth to some of the reports that were released. I think he's going to be okay. But I also treat this like a life lesson in corporate. Corporate moves this same way. That's how I looked at it. I sat on it for the week, and I looked at everything. He's just going to have to get it out the mud, as they say, from here. And I think he'll do it.
All right, let me do mic check. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
We can hear you now, Queen.
I hope y'all weren't sitting there. Were y'all sitting there waiting for me to come back?
Yeah, I sent you a message in the back chat. I was gonna speak, but I wanted to ask you first.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Queen, can you hear us? Okay, I think Queen is still having audio problems. Ladies, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm pretty good. But let me add. I think Shedeur will do good. He's going to do good. At this point, he's just going to have to really prove he's got what it takes.
Yeah,
So
I agree with you. I think he has all it has to take. I just think these people really just wanted him to beg.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. They just wanted him to beg, but he has a lot to offer. His talent speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be able to showcase that when he gets to play for that team,
Yeah.
I'm excited for him. Him
and his brother, his whole family.
Yeah.
It's quite the legacy where you have the dad and the two brothers at the same time they get drafted on the same day, but it was definitely a humbling moment. Because, like I say, Shedeur playing the big party for the first round. I mean, he was confident. Okay, with confidence, it's okay. But sometimes you kind of have to turn the volume down on that humble, and then when you get your foot right there at the threshold and you know you're there, then turn it up and you know, wow out. I think he put the wagon before the horse.
No, but I